Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. Today we're taking a look at the 1998 Mercedes-Benz CLK 200 Sport. Admittedly, in its stock trim, this is not particularly sporty. It has 136 horsepower stock. Fortunately, with upgrades though, you can pump that up very, very healthily. 394 horsepower in this vehicle. And that is an awful lot. Front engine rear wheel drive, 1,223 kilos. It is quite hefty. I'm not a big fan of the CLK, I will admit. This is the era of Mercedes styling where I think a lot of people look back on it very fondly, but I do not like the weird bug eyes and the grille and the boxy shape. I don't like it. I think the previous design language was a lot better. Anyways, regardless of what I think of it, it is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land tracks at the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the TVR Cerberus LM Edition, a 28.620. The CLK, unlikely to beat that. The CLK, well, we have actually had a direct competitor to this car, and even sort of an almost base model of it. The BMW 323 Ci, a 31.829. Power figures were similar-ish between these two cars, so I think that is a good benchmark for this, although judging from that first lap, this is going to be a lot quicker than that. This actually, I do remember the BMW. It felt incredibly lazy to drive, like it just sort of, like driving an armchair, really. It was very smooth and not particularly... It was a car that I said is lovely to drive, just not around the track. This is definitely feels a little bit more sporty than that did. Well, and again, this is the CLK 200 Sport. Ooh. There's actually 2 CLKs in this game. There's actually 3, but we'll get to that. Yeah, there is 2 CLKs in this game, the 200 and the 320. Judging by this, I'm going to be very interested to see how the 320 gets along. Obviously, we haven't had the most powerful version of the E46 yet, so yeah, that remains to be. That might be an interesting little battle, the E46s and the CLKs. Of course, oh Jesus, if you know what the other CLK is in this game that I'm referring to, then you might know. Eventually, the BMWs will lose. Potentially quite badly to that CLK, but like I say, we'll get to that one. You was probably wanting to see that one over this one, but don't worry, its time will come. As I've mentioned before, we have well over 640 odd cars to go around here, so if your favourite isn't seen for a while, then don't worry, I definitely will not forget about it. It is coming. Unless I decide to quit the series halfway through again. But I promise you I won't do that this time. But I promise you I won't do that. What I do mean is if I do quit this series, there'll be no remastered of the remaster because, well, my PC hardware hopefully should stay the same for long enough. It beats that Accord that we had last time out. Bollocks. I like that Accord. It won't be on this lap though, that was a very sort of scruffy sector there. That aerial slide into that corner was beautiful. Definitely could be quicker through that sector though. Yeah, maybe there is 0.2 in this. This could go a little bit quicker. I am massively impressed with the CLK 200. I was not expecting a lot from this car, and it's delivered. I will say, as much as I'm not a fan of the styling of it as well, it does come in this very lovely burgundy red, which is nice. Nice. Makes quite a nice noise as well. I think that's the sort of... It's the same noise the XJ220 makes, but it's a little bit gruffer. I like that. That's good. Definitely doesn't sound like the 4-cylinder, I think that car is. Behind you, apparently the last lap was the best lap. A 31.038 will put it into 20th place. Beats out the Mazda Savannah RX-7, Chrysler Phaeton. Absolutely destroys that 323 Ci. Yeah, that's awfully quick, actually. I'm trying to think of anything. There's not really that much comparable to this. We haven't had a lot of sort of rear-wheel drive luxury sport coupes take on the track yet. Nissan Fairlady Z, it beats that as well. So that was this naturally aspirated version, admittedly, but still. Sylvia K's. Yeah, that was very, very impressive. I think that is our fastest... If you discount the Camaro, I think that's our fastest rear-wheel drive car, front-engine rear-wheel drive car. So, yeah, awfully quick. I'm impressed. But that's still not going to be the quickest CLK, and we'll get to that, as I've mentioned. Anyways, that's it for this edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. Do hope you've enjoyed, and join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.